So guys, today we'll be having a really nice and relaxed fragrance chat about some brand new niche perfumes that have just recently been launched, and I am already so excited to smell them. Why so? You will find out in this video, so make sure to keep on watching for all of my predictions, hopes and expectations about them. And don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoy watching chatty fragrance videos, and of course, if you're here for the first time, then subscribe to my channel because I do a lot of fragrance talk here. And once you're done with that, we can dive right into this list. Hello and welcome everyone to today's very casual video, because look at me. I'm barely wearing any makeup, my hair is not even done, but I'm here to share with you my excitement about these new perfumes, because I'm always so into testing out new stuff, and currently I stuck at home, I cannot go out, so just in case you see something really interesting on today's list that you would like me to get back to you and update you about some of these perfumes, then just let me know what that is down below in the commentary section, as well as if there is anything out that's new and I didn't mention today. I would like to get a comment from you, and while you are getting active down there, I'm getting started and I want to open today's video with not only a brand new release, but like a new collection, and it is from Tom Ford. Apparently it is dedicated to the note of rose because it's called Private Rose Garden. And I mean, like, there are people who are really into roses like me. I love fresh, deep, intense, light, powdery, sweet, clean rose. I can't get enough of it, and I do have a lot of rose fragrances in my collection, but I know that some people are not into that note very much, but I feel like rose never dies, right? It's classy, and although Tom Ford already has quite a few rosy fragrances in their collection, apparently their team also really loves this note, and so they created the collection of rose perfumes. There are 3 of them, and I guess each of them will highlight rose in a new and unique way. That's at least what I'm hoping for this collection to do, because otherwise there is just no need for it. But other than that, let me tell you about these fragrances more detailed. So there is one that is called Rose d'Amalfi, and it features Indian mandarin, pink pepper and bergamot. Then there is the rose in the heart, and in the base there is almond and heliotrope. So the way I expect it to smell is fresh and juicy in the opening because of the citrus fruits. Then it's probably going to be rosy, and I think it's going to be on the fresh side, so sort of like a living rose in the garden. But then it's interesting that in the dry down there are ultra powdery notes such as almond and heliotrope. And just in case you're a big fan of powdery perfumes like I am, and you're looking for powdery fragrances, these are 2 notes that you want to have in your perfume, because almond, I mean, like, it's so ultra powdery and sweet, sometimes with an amaretto nuance, so I'm curious if this fragrance will have a bit of that. But then heliotrope smells often like a powder, so if this is gonna be a little bit boozy, Swedish and powdery in the makeup style rose fragrance, then I'm really excited for it. I actually think that it's gonna be my favorite from this trio. And the next one is Rose de Chine, so probably the Chinese rose. And it features Chinese peony in the opening, then there is rose in the heart and labdanum with myrrh in the base. So there is this light, springy, very ethereal note of peony in the top, so maybe the opening is going to be more floral, but then of course it will grow into the rose scent, and then things get interesting again in the dry down, because labdanum and myrrh, those are very heavy, resinous notes on the herbaceous side. Labdanum can go boozy, myrrh can be churchy, so I'm excited how they will balance the light and, you know, very springy peony with those heavy base notes. But with that being said, the final fragrance in the collection is Rose d'Orsay, so kind of like a Russian rose with notes of white pepper in the top, rose in the heart, and leather and woody notes in the base. It's not that intriguing to me, but I think it might be actually really nice, although just looking at the notes of it, I think about a rose prick. That's not necessarily my favorite, but it can actually smell very high quality and niche just because of the woody, peppery and leathery nuances. Maybe it's gonna be more on the masculine side from this collection that looks really pretty. I cannot deny that the black caps are so sleek, and the actual, you know, see-through flacons with the juice that's colored into different shades of pink. I mean, like, it's so nice. So we'll see how it will actually smell. Let me know if you would like me to come back and actually review this collection once I tried it. But with that being said, let's move on to two perfumes from Giorgio Armani that, I mean, like, jumped at me when I saw the pictures, and I've never really been into their previous collection. I mean, those perfumes smell really intense, posh and just decent, but there has never been one that would be like, okay, I need to have it. You know that feeling? Well, just looking at these two, they are so eye-catching, and the colors, they're just mine. Okay, let me tell you first about Magenta Tanzanite, because it comes in like this fuchsia or magenta bottle, and when I was little, my parents didn't put me into, you know, those typical girly pinkish outfits. So like for the last couple of years I've been going for the pink stage. Even today I'm wearing like a hoodie with pink details, and I love this color so much. You might remember my old room. We painted walls in there into dusty rose color, and I had these intense and very bold burnt rosy wallpapers. So yeah, I just really love this note, and I'm definitely not the person that first gets attracted to the fragrance because of the bottle. I'm so much more into notes. If there is no nose breakdown, I mean, like, pass next please, but this bottle, I just can't get it out of my head. Let me know if that has ever happened to you. But it's so strange that I also try to find the parallel between the way the bottle looks, if it has a very opaque color like this one does, and the actual notes in there, and it's surprisingly not rosy, at least looking at the notes. Let me know if you're the same and you also try to find, you know, the similarity between the outside and the inside. But okay, let me tell you what we have in here. There is ginger, cardamom, bergamot, cinnamon, coffee, myrrh, vanilla, tonka and tobacco, and there is nothing pink in there, is it? So I'm really into tobacco at the moment. Oh my god, I'm going through the tobacco phase, and I have a hope, like, I don't know why, but I really want it to smell a bit similar to Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, because that's like a major sweet tobacco hit that's just like so good, and I have it on my wish list and I'm trying to get it in my collection. But I am on such tight budget, you guys, that I really need to think not even twice but like 10 times before getting something, and that's the one I really want. But now I also want this for many reasons. I'm a little bit afraid of cinnamon though, because usually I'm really not into it, and I try to avoid it in perfumery because for some strange reason it just dominates on my skin. But there is also coffee and vanilla, tonka, ginger, myrrh, so a lot to make my you know, fantasy go crazy. I think it's gonna be this spicy, delicious gourmand. I hope that coffee in there is gonna be noticeable. It's gonna be like spicy coffee with the dry down of Tobacco Vanille. That's at least what I picture in my head when I think about this fragrance. But there is another one from Giorgio Armani that is called Indigo Tanzanite, and it also looks really pretty and actually matches the notes breakdown, because in here we have almond with bergamot, heliotrope and milk, and then in the base there is benzoin, patchouli, labdanum and tulu balsam. And once again, almond, love it. Heliotrope, I am so there for it. By the way, these are also two notes from the one Tom Ford's fragrance, so maybe they're gonna be trending in 2022, and if so, I wouldn't be And if so, I couldn't be happier about that because they're very powdery. So let me know if you would be interested in a video like I've already filmed you know, a couple of years ago about trendiest notes for the new year. But yeah, anyway, almond is gonna make it powdery from the opening. Then there is heliotrope. I think in this one it's actually gonna be very prominent because it's in the heart together with milk, and gosh, I love those milky, creamy, basically electronic perfumes so much because you know that Italica by Sergio got my heart. And then in the dry down, there are actually very cool notes such as patchouli that I love very much, benzoin, labdanum, so I'm getting just a little bit of Coromandel vibes. So who knows if this fragrance is going to be available where I live, and I think I will fall in love with it at first sniff. It might be my first ever Privé Armani in the collection, but I am really intrigued by both of these, and just in case you are so lucky that you've already had a chance to smell them, please let me know what do you think about these two. But other than that, let's talk about Italia Breda Orange's newest fragrance with such a cool name, Frustration, because it totally matches my mood at the moment, and actually I feel like that's how a lot of people have been feeling for the last couple of years. And frustration is definitely a very good description of my life at the moment. So not only it features really cool notes, I will tell you about them in a second, but it actually comes in such a very, you know, like I would say provocative bottle, because the glass of it is like dark red, and then it has this metallic emblem or just like a thing on it, so it looks a little bit rough, and I like that vibe, and so are the notes. So in the top there is cumin, there is cinnamon, there is rose, once again cinnamon, noticed, you know, another trendy note. Then we have two different types of vanilla. We have labdanum, the citrus rose is labdanum, I guess, and then there is vetiver and a gaiac wood. And so this one seems to be on the, you know, like powerful side. So if this is as powerful as my frustration is, then maybe I need it in my life. Once again, it's another bottle that's so cool, and I love vanillic notes, I love foam. I really hope it to be spicy vanilla boozy scent. I want vanilla in here to be strong, since it's a hard note, it should be very, you know, like powerful in there. So that's the one I think would be a nice evening fragrance, just because the notes in there are so dark. But something with a similar notes breakdown, I mean like different, but I guess the mood of these perfumes is gonna be similar. And this is a newest release from the French niche brand BDK Perfumes that's called Ambre Safrano. And so from the name, it just suggests to be like ambre saffron scent. I'm not the biggest fan of this note in the perfumery, nor I like it in food, just because it's metallic and just off-putting to me. But I feel like ever since Baccarat Rouge Saffron became so popular, let me know if you have the same impression or not. And then other than that, we have pepper in the top and plum. In the heart there is rose, there is incense and leather, and in the base there are woody notes with vanilla. So I think because it's called like amber saffron, those are gonna be the notes that are gonna be the strongest, you know. But I think with the plum, this fragrance will get a nice twist. I don't know if it's gonna smell like a fresh plum. I expect it to be more like dated, dry, fruity note in there. And probably it's gonna be smoky too, just because of the leather that might give it a little bit of the animalic hint, and because of the incense. That's my fantasy. Those are just like my hopes, the way I would like these fragrances to go in, you know, the notes that I would like to smell the most out of them, just because they sound good to me. But of course it might be a totally opposite thing, so in case you've already smelled them, please let me know if I'm correct or not. But who missed roses? Let's get back to them, shall we? Because there is another brand that released sort of like a rose collection that's called like that, Rose Collection 2022 from the brand Jo Malone, that is sort of like repackaging their existing fragrances. And I like Jo Malone, I won't lie. I know their issues and I still kind of enjoy their light fragrances. I know that not everybody does, but wow, when they're just repackaging the existing perfumes, not only just, you know, releasing something limited that's a new fragrance, but will be taken out of production once it's sold out. I don't like that when they're just repackaging, and this is what they've done with these perfumes. So there is Red Roses Cologne, Rose and Magnolia Cologne, Rose Blush Cologne, and Velvet Rose and Oud Cologne Intense in very pretty bottles with both of different colors. And those who love roses and those who love Jo Malone and their rosy scents and very pretty bottles might find these very attractive, including myself. But out of all these, I would probably want to have only one, and you can guess which one. It's not very hard because I love red color, you know that, and I don't have the Velvet Rose and Oud Cologne, which is such, you know, a smashing hit from this brand that is known for it. So I would love that fragrance in this design. Other than that, those other ones, I mean, like, they're very pretty, but I already have Red Roses, and then Rose Blush actually makes me feel so bad that I don't need to have it, even for that pretty bow. But Velvet Rose and Oud Cologne Intense, I'm pretty much sure that it's going to be the same as the fragrance in a black bottle, but it looks so beautiful that I would love to have it very much. But let me know, what do you think about Jo Malone and their just strategy repackaging the existing scents? Wouldn't it be nicer if they release something new and authentic, or you don't mind, you know, the whole repackaging circles? But other than that, the final fragrance for today that I don't even think I will be able to smell, just because I don't have that easy access to the brand Ex Nihilo, is something that is called So Pretty, but has pretty simple nose breakdown that I think I might still enjoy, just because it's about my favorite note, Iris, and the name is Iris Porcelano. So the idea is like a second skin perfume, but better, and I really love fragrances in that style. And Iris to me is a very addictive powdery note that is the most aristocratic one out of all that exist out there. And what we have in this perfume is violet leaf, iris, rose, sandalwood, musk, and woody notes. And I think it's gonna be like, you know, musky, light, pleasant, slightly powdery, very smoothly woody type of the scent. But I love the name of it, and I don't have anything from Ex Nihilo in my collection, so hopefully that Iris is gonna be another big note upcoming year. And these are those niche new releases that I'm very excited for, and once I have a chance to go out and test them, hopefully I won't like all of them, because I am on a such tight budget. You cannot even imagine that I really need to stick to my favorites, because one of the biggest goals of this year is to build up, you know, like my must-have collections, fragrances for life, sort of like that. I cannot really be distracted by all of those new releases that sound always so exciting. So I don't really want to be tempted by blind buying, but you know, my financial situation doesn't really allow me to go crazy, which might be a good or a bad thing. And you know what, not even niche brands are releasing new and cool perfumes, but also designer ones do so too. I just didn't want to make this video too long, because I hope that you enjoyed it with a snack. Let me know if you would like to see part 2 about designing new releases. But gosh, I am excited to go out and smell something. And just in case you would like to support me and you would like me to actually add some of these cool fragrances to my collection and review them for you and tell you how they smell, you can donate on Buy Me Coffee website, which is really easy to do, and that's a great platform where you can support your favorite creator. So I will leave a link to it down below, and you leave me a comment. What is the new release that you're excited about? Maybe some of the ones I mentioned today or something else. And I am so excited to hear from you, because I love to chat with you. If you have any questions left, I'm here to answer them, and your engagement really helps my channel to grow. So make sure to support it by subscribing and activating the bell. And that was all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. All the helpful information you will find down below in the description box, where you can find me on social media, and some discounts in case you want to purchase niche perfumes that are pretty pricey. You can save your money with them, and I can benefit from your usage of my discounts because I might earn a commission, and that's another way how you can support me. So do anything you can, and thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of these, just thumbs up the video, and that's the sign for me. And on that note, that was all. Make sure to stay tuned and smell good. I hope I didn't miss anything. Probably next minute after I upload this video, they will release something new and exciting once again, but that's how it goes in the perfume world. And now I need to go. Bye guys.